What's going on, dudes? It's your favorite bald-headed PNG tuber and the Matrix. I'm back with another video. And in case you're wondering, yes, I watched the Demon Slayer movie. As a matter of fact, I watched the movie while I was abroad in the Philippines. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I didn't go to Japan. I was, exploring other areas of Asia. So, yeah, the Philippines is a really, really cool place with a lot of beautiful chicks. Anyways, so Demon Slayer, Demon Slayer is breaking box office records. I think it did better than the last one, than the Mugen Train. No, wait.
Hello, this is Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And make sure to subscribe to Andy Matrix's channel. Now on with the show.
Well, at least here in Polygon says, it's official, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle beat Mugen Train. So, oh yes, indeed. It did much, much better than Mugen Train, proving that the pandemic was not a factor. The pandemic was not a factor in the success of Demon Slayer. Go figure. Everybody was saying, I still remember back in 2020, everybody was saying, the only reason why Demon Slayer movie did so was because there is the pandemic. There was nothing else to watch. Right? And, you know what? Maybe it was a contributor, but the manga was already popular. And, the anime was already out. The anime was already popular. The manga was already popular. Especially in Japan. It did really good in Japan. Okay? I think it sold 100 million. I think it sold 100 million copies in Japan. The manga. So, you can't just say, oh, it's because of the pandemic. No. That's bullshit. I'll show you some numbers. So, Demon Slayer, as of September 12th, right now it is September 26th. The box office record is $558 million. That's $500 million. That is $500 million. It's just like, I think if it stays there for a couple of more months, it could reach close to $1 billion. Close to $1 billion. I think so. Hey, what's going on, guys? Real quick, if you are looking for an artist, then I am your man. I am open for commissions, and I am doing fan art, anime style art, character designs, character concept art, group art, as well as Christian art. If you are interested, the prices start as low as $50 per artwork. You can contact me at my email, which is in the description below, or you can order through Coffee, and I will see you there. I think so. But you know what's funny? What's more interesting is that Demon Slayer made $500 million. But if we go over and check out one of the latest movies that reached a similar record, the Fantastic Four 2025. So if you go to Variety, it says here, box office Fantastic Four, first steps, climbs to 218 million globally. Superman and FY cross 500 million, right? So let's see, the Fantastic Four movie. So overseas it did 218 million, and I think domestically it did 100 million. So the movie did about like $300 million. The Fantastic Four movie, the Fantastic Four movie did about $300 million. And it says combined with Superman, it did like, why are they including Superman in these numbers? What the heck? Country has been hostile to Superman heroes. So about 300 million. So Demon Slayer did better than an American superhero movie. Now, I want you to take this in, because this is a big deal. Here's my prediction, and this is not, this is nothing, nothing written. There's no news about this. There's no announcements, right? But here's my prediction. Right, my prediction as to what's gonna happen with anime movies, because as Western entertainment is dying, right? Especially superhero. Nobody gives a fuck about superhero movies anymore, right? But Western entertainment is going down the drain because of many reasons. Okay, a lot of people are sick and tired of it. So what's gonna happen? Okay, anime has been increasing in popularity in the last, since the pandemic, in the last 6 years. It's been blowing up in popularity. Okay, and two movies, Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, and Infinity Castle, if you add it up, right? If you add it up, it's basically $1 billion in revenue. $1 billion in revenue. What I think is going to happen, and this is just my opinion, but observing everything, observing the popularity of anime and how we're going to have a Nintendo World in Florida, and they're bringing in all these anime franchises, and anime is just growing, and it's just the merchandise and Netflix creating its own anime, and Hollywood trying to create its own anime, and everybody trying to create their own anime. What's going to happen is that there's going to be anime cinematic blockbusters. That means that Hollywood and Japan, they're going to start making anime movies and releasing them directly to the theaters. So they're not going to go to Netflix, they're not going to go to Disney Plus, they're not going to go to Hulu or HBO Max or none of those, right? It's not going to go on television. Anime movies are going to go directly to theater first. Basically how it used to be, like with the Studio Ghibli movies, when Spirited Away came out in theaters, when Princess Mononoke came out in theaters, back in the 90s and early 2000s, or in the 90s actually, right? Similar in that way. That's what's going to happen. Okay? That's what's going to happen, and it's going to be very successful. I see this, I think this is going to be a very successful project. So Demon Slayer kind of like opened the way for this to happen, and now you're gonna see other animation studios just, instead of producing like 100 episodes of an anime, they're gonna make an anime movie, put it out in theaters, and that movie can make $200 million or $300 million around the world. They cash in the box office money and then produce more anime. Because Demon Slayer has been bringing in so much money for, what's the studio? Is it Studio Paradise? What's the name of the studio? Man, I don't know the name of the studio, damn it. I forgot the name of the studio for Demon Slayer. But Demon Slayer is gonna bring in more money. It has been bringing in $1 billion in revenue for the Japanese companies. And I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. I believe it's going to happen. Okay, this is just my opinion. I believe this is going to happen. Because I don't know if you've noticed, like over the years, like in the past, like I'm gonna say in the past 10 years, Japanese studios, they don't want to continue to make like these long series, like One Piece 1,000 episodes, Dragon Ball 1,000 episodes, Naruto 700 episodes, and with Boruto, I think it's getting close to 1,000 episodes if I'm not mistaken. But they're gonna stop doing these long-running anime and just make shorter anime and bring in more money. Because I'm telling you right now, one of the things that kind of like ruins the motivation to watch One Piece is how long it is. Because if One Piece was like 50, 80 episodes, I'll sit down and watch the whole thing. But it's 1,000 episodes. I don't got time for that shit. I don't got time for that shit. You crazy? It's really long, dude. That's a really long anime. Who got time for that? But seriously. So anime studios, they're just making shorter anime. Instead of making, hundreds of episodes, you may, one season could be like 15 to 20 episodes. And then that's it. And it will come to an end. And then they release a movie, and they bring in money from the movies. But I think they're going to start making anime cinematic blockbusters. Just anime movies directly to theaters. Anyways, I'm gonna stop it right there. This video is getting kind of long. All right, dudes. Whatever your thoughts are, make sure to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. Everybody's your boy Andy Matrix. Godspeed.